All right, guys. So we have absolutely nothing on watch. Nothing looks good to me, honestly. I'm not feeling anything today, so it's probably gonna be a no trade day. But you already know when I say that, it's almost a lie every time. So we'll see what comes into play here. But so far, our leading gappers and stuff, I'm just not interested in any of them. Um, I don't really care about any of them. I'm being real. We have SIDU. This one, it already had its third leg up, basically. So here's one pullback, one leg up, second pullback, second leg up, I guess. Or really, it's one, two, and then three. And now it's kind of the back end. I'm not even feeling this when I open. It also filled its little gap here. There's a little gap on the daily. So yeah, sure, it has room up to 420 or something. But right off the bat at open, I'm not feeling it. It was best to trade it pre-market, I think. At this point, it's kind of just gonna sell off at open, I feel, or false break. Unless this thing is just so strong, it rips through three or something. Okay, but even then, like, what is it called? On the daily, we only have this one big day, practically from where it's at now, 270, all the way to I don't know, 50, let's say. So that was its biggest move. Typically, it doesn't move that much though. So that's why I'm like, I'm not really feeling this one. The second one we have is EVOK. This one I'm not feeling either. Like, well, look at my screen here. I can't even see the level 2 on it. So my platform's already lagging. Great. But I don't like this one so much because it has this gap to fill here at 318. It'll probably come down to that level if it curls, and sure, but it's below VWAP. I'm already not feeling it. Flat bottom here is what it looks like, I guess. And now it broke through finally. So I don't know. I'm not really feeling this one either. I don't really care about it much. For me to be interested, it would definitely have to come above VWAP. It would have to break its 360 level for sure and hold. But most importantly, it would have to hold above VWAP and also break this level up here, somewhere up here, close to 4, which it's actually coming back, surprisingly. Okay, so this is interesting. Didn't expect it to just pop like this. Could get in. Break at 350, broke by 1 cent. I'm also considering taking larger share sizes because of how consistent I have been, I guess, recently. Not even just these past 2 days, just in general. I am a lot more confident, and I think that's why I'm wanting to take larger share sizes. At the same time, though, I feel like I need to break that fear of not taking a big share size because once I take 1,000, I get like this adrenaline rush. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. So because it's such a massive position, I don't feel comfortable, right? So I feel I should get comfortable with that, understand my stop loss areas and how much I'm willing to risk before I just take it in a large account and just gamble it. So I feel like I do need to take that in the sim a couple times, or a lot of times actually, to get accustomed to such a large position. But again, I gotta pick and choose which stocks I'm gonna do that with. So here's EVOK, made a pop there, but now it's rejecting. So let's go to Redbox. This is hitting the scans. Redbox, light on volume. Spreads aren't so bad, I guess. I wouldn't even know what I'd want to do with this one. It's popping. I was gonna wait for the next 1 minute, but it's already breaking through here. We have room up to, really, I'd say 11, yeah. So room up to 11 here. Had it one pullback already. Let's check a 2 minute. So okay, so this one's moving. Is this gonna get halted going up? It just might actually. For one like this, I would definitely take smaller share size. We can start at 500. I could start at 500 because 1,000's like the biggest share size I have right now. It's not even that big if I'm being real, but I'll start at 500 to get myself out of this 300 range. Let's see what this wants to do. I'm gonna wait for the next 1 minute. We have our second pullback here. Could buy the dip on it. Spreads are kind of big. EVOK, actually, let's go back to this one. SIDU. Okay, so SIDU, although it had its third leg up, it's still going. CVNA, hidden scans. This one's not so wild, so I would definitely take 1,000 shares on this one. Made a big move there. Pulled back to view op, recovered instantly. EVOK. Which one were we just watching? Ah, shoot. Redbox, RDBX. Wow, so I completely missed Redbox. That sucks. I completely forgot what stock I was watching. Oh well. So this one's definitely getting a lot more volume in it. It's hitting the scans as well, so we can definitely keep an eye on it. I'm gonna wait for a pullback, I guess. Wait for this candle. It's the last 1 minute candle before the next 5 minute open, so we'll go ahead and wait this one out. Still holding 50. That's what makes me a little nervous in this next 1 minute. If it doesn't recover here, I might be screwed. I don't want to get in too early though. If this can break below 50, which it did already, Jesus. I was gonna say, if it can break below 50 and then pop back up, I'll buy the dip. I don't want to get in just yet. I want to wait for a 1 minute pullback here. It already pulled back. I could have bought that consolidation in the 60s, but I guess I'm just looking for a better pullback than that. I'm going to buy 500 at 85. Big mistake on my end, as you just saw, so I could just get rid of it here. I had a little more confidence in it. I'm going to have to try and get rid of it at 72. Might have to just hit my stop if I'm being real. Bail out. 500 shares. I'm already try to sell at 65. It's still holding. I'll cancel it. Let's see what this wants to do in this next 1 minute. Could average down, but I'll wait for the next 5 minute to break its last 1 minute high. So we're back at 75. I'm in at what, 85, so in extremely high. I'd seen it was holding 85 and I was kind of hoping for a quick rip, but obviously that did not happen. So I shouldn't have held this long because it was already 20 cents that was off. So I really shouldn't have held this long, but still not breaking significantly lower. And knowing the strength in these past two candles, I have a little more faith in it. So let's see if this next 1 minute wants to break. See if we can get in the 70s again. That would be really helpful. I might have to stop out here, stopping out at 60. So that was a big loss. 30-cent loss there, 500 shares. That was a little nasty. I was expecting a really quick rip through the highs, but immediately rejected on me. So with 500 shares, you know, that can cost. So we're getting our second pullback here, pullback candle. Let's see if this can pop up. I could buy the dip here at VWAP, but the 5 minutes looking a little nasty at this point. Let's check the 2 minute. 2 minutes not looking so bad. 3 minute. 3 minutes also not looking so bad. So we'll go ahead and swap back to the 5. And it recovered, so we could definitely buy the dip here again, which that's what I'm most likely going to do here, I think. Don't want to buy so high at 60, but I guess I'll buy it at 60. Let's see if we can get that break of 11 here. 500 shares, I'm in at 60, looking for the rip through the last 1 minute high, which would be what, 1070? So far it's not looking so good for me. Just realized the 5 minutes that low. See if we can get a break at 60 here. Seems pretty top heavy here at 60. I should just sell my position. It's not moving at 60 at all. There's 65. There's a break. See if we get a push higher. Not quite. Selling it there at 55. We're not getting that rip. I should have just held. Instead of taking that small loss, I should have just held for the next 1 minute. But there's rejection. So 2 losses on this one significant, one small, but a loss is a loss. I think I might be done with this one. Red box just wasn't hitting it there. That was a big mistake. Taking the 500 shares at the very top. Reason I took the 500 shares up here is because it was holding 80 and 85 for a long time. Actually, before I just say that, let me. Oh, I can't really check. it was holding for 3 seconds. So a long time for me. It was holding that for about 3 seconds, and I just felt like this is gonna rip on this next 1 minute because how explosive these last 2 minutes were. So I was like, okay, this one's just gonna rip. I'll go for the break of 11 real quick, sell at the top of 11, I'm good. Obviously it pulled back, 2-candle pullback, got in for a retest. Hopefully we can break that high, but you know, I figured since it was holding 50 pretty well, just get in, and same situation, just wasn't having it. So, I mean, oh well, catching the back end of the move, nothing I can do. I held way too long in the first position though. So first red day so far. Let's see if we can flip green though, that'd be great. And I don't know about SIDU. Doesn't look so bad here, especially with a 5-minute finish in the way it is. I might just take an entry. We'll take 1,000 shares because it's not a huge mover. Problem is it's literally right here at 3. It already broke 3, but now it's kind of holding, so let's see if I can get in on a dip here. I'm gonna buy 1,000 at 303, and I'm gonna look for the next 1 minute to break its high. Target would be, I would like for it to be 320, but big sellers there at 310. So if you break 311, 12, I'm gonna try and sell here. Sold at 12, got rid of it there. So that was a nice trade. Like 9 cents, about 90 bucks. It's just I'd seen all these big sellers stacking up, and I was like, well, if I really want to go for 20, I first have to clear this path here at 310, 311. So once I'd seen 312, I just sold it there. And then now if it holds above, which it seems like it is, I mean, 320 would have been my target, but could have sold half. I just decided to sell there because it was our first resistance point. So now we hit 320. That was my original target, but that's all right. So far so good, it's holding. I like that. 1 minute MACD still hasn't crossed yet. We could get in for the next 1 minute just to quickly scalp it above 320. See if it makes a lower low here. If it doesn't, I could just buy again, 1,000 shares. See what it wants to do. All these voice cracks today, Jesus. High this last 10-minute candle's what? 320. So if we can break that last 10-minute high, we should be solid. Might take an entry here if I'm being real. We still got another 30 seconds. I'll let this one play out. I don't want it to break its last low. It's a lot of support there at 308 though. Let's see if we can get in a second time here. It's flipping green at this point. I don't want it to break 320 in this one candle. See if I can get it on a micro pullback in this next 1 minute. There's 320, double top at 320. Bought the dip there. I'm in at 316, I guess. Looking for the last 1 minute high of 320 to break, and I'm selling it there. So 8-cent loss, basically gave back all my profit on that one. Unfortunate. I figured I was buying the dip, micro pullback on this one, but you know, the reason I just got rid of it there is because this last 1 minute, I mean, it was struggling. Look at that massive rip. So 3 major losses back to back already. It's not my day today. Decided to take larger share positions, and it's just not working out. And again, I also said at the beginning it was going to be a no trade day most likely because there was nothing that I liked in particular. But here I am still trading, so I don't know. This one, riskier stock because of the spreads. I don't know. I was expecting a massive rip 311 when I had bought in, but or a quick rip 311 and false break probably, but I mean didn't happen. So caught the back end, tried to retest here, and then I took my eyes off it. Now it's popping back up, so that's cool. Could get in again, but I'm not going to bother trading this one. The MACD's about to cross. Here's what it looks like. I'm not going to risk it. It's too much at this point. I'm down, I don't know, I have to be down at least 300, I think. We have an 80-cent loser, or $80 loser, $90 winner. We have so much in commission. That winner wasn't even a winner, really. I have to be down like 300 today. So that's a perfect way to ruin a green streak. But again, it's a different day today, I have to say, because I'm using a larger share position that I normally wouldn't. Taking a lot more careless trade, I'd say. So we're going back to square one where we were at, but I mean, I gotta start somewhere, I guess. So we have support here around 310. I want to try one more trade before I just shut it down today. Just because this 1 minute MACD is curling here, I could get in for this next 1 minute, and we could try and break this last high here of 325. We already broke the 5 and 10 minute high, and that's why I'm a little skeptical about getting in here, but the MACD is looking pretty convincing. So that's why I'm a little... well, after that small spike there, I don't know what the hell that was. I'm not interested after that. I don't like that. So here's a 1 minute low break, and this one's kind of done for me at this point. So I think I am gonna have to wrap it up here. Nothing else is hitting the scans. SIDU is the only one. You just saw what happened there. ARC, not it either. RDBX. I mean, this one's going like it's doing stuff, but 1 minute MACD's crossing here. Gotta wait for this one to settle out. I don't know. I thought I had a decent position here, but just rejected on me. There's nothing I can do. Again, I held way longer than I should have, and it's mainly the spreads. That's why I held so long. It's because the spreads, I already knew I was done. As soon as they got in up here at the 1085, I was like, shit, I'm done. Like, once I'd seen the bid, it was at 1055. Nah, I was like, I'm out 30 cents immediately. So that's why I don't want to stop out. I was trying to sell, I think in the 70s, yeah, 72. I tried to sell here at 65, and then I was like, nah, I'm gonna have to cut it at the 50s. So that's why I just hit the bid there. I was like, it's not gonna recover. I already know what's gonna happen, so I might as well just take the L on it. And that's exactly what happened. So, I mean, what can I do? Well, I know what I can do. Not take the trade. That's what I could do. Let's see. CVNA popping up here. This doesn't look so bad on the next 5 minute. Could try this one out. I'd have to take 500 on this one for the break of 23. This one's kind of holding this level. Have to break above 23 for me to be interested entirely, or super convinced this is going to be bullish. I do really like its 5 minute though. This thing is setting up, but we still have another 4 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm gonna try and take a position on this one, I think. Well, not after that. I don't know. Nothing's looking convincing right now. This is coming to a close, actually. So it's breaking the low again. Really though, we do have something else here. Unless it breaks this low as well. So I could buy this dip here at 2270. So it's a longer setup, but I could buy that actually. This could possibly flip green. It's a 5 minute setup here as well. Let's check the 2 minute, see what this is doing. MACD doesn't have me super convinced, but I think I'll take an entry here on this next 1 minute. See if it holds. If it doesn't want to hold, I'm out. So 50, so now it's breaking lower. It's easy to borrow. Actually, I could short it. I'm gonna short it here at 51. I'm in it right at VWAP. That was such a stupid entry. I'm in right at VWAP, but as long as it can break 50, I think we should be okay. took a big position too. No, 300. Oh no, 300 shares. So this would need to break 50. It already broke its low. It broke pattern. So I would just need to see it break 50, and now it's breaking out. So that's it for me. That was a bad entry there. Could flip long for the break of 23. Today was a sloppy day. Today was a mess. No good trades today at all. So definitely puts me down. Wow, I am I am so surprised. So I had a bigger loser on CVNA than I did SIDU, which I'm so surprised about. I mean, it is what it is. That's crazy. With 300 shares, I had a $100 loser there. So interesting. Definitely not down 300 something. I thought it was gonna be down like 350, 370, but 270 is still not that bad for taking bigger share positions today. Same time though, it's still not good. I mean, there's all my profit for the whole week. I finished up what the other day, I think it was 120 and then plus 90. So I'm definitely down, break even this week practically. But I mean, this is what I get for taking larger share sizes. Again, I'm not regretting it. I have to practice with it. But again, I have to keep a strategy in mind. I think with RDBX, the problem was I was already buying at the top when we had a 3 candle, incline already. So I mean, that was one dead giveaway. It was one pullback here, another pullback here, but it just ripped. Another pullback here, but it just ripped as well. And I figured this one was just gonna rip as well. So I thought they were just gonna keep going, but obviously it needed a pullback. I tried to buy the second leg down on the pullback. It didn't happen. It didn't break. So it was false break, and then next thing you know, it's ripping up again. So I got in at the worst times probably. I had to just wait. I guess I was feeling FOMO missing these two. I told myself I was gonna get in, never did. And now I missed this whole other move. So gotta be more mindful about where I'm trading or what I'm trading. If I check the other charts, I guess 2 minute. I mean, if I was on the 2 minute, if I was on the 2 minute, I mean, it wouldn't look so bad for the next, high break, but I don't know. It wasn't there. So let's check the 3 minute other time frames as well. So I don't know. I mean, I should have known better on this one. I didn't trade a setup in particular. And this is also where I get burned often. This is where I start losing a lot of money. Is when I start taking trades like this. I had no strategy behind it. Just the last 1 minute high break. There was no pattern I saw. There was nothing in particular. It's just let me go in for the last 1 minute high break. That's typically where I fall off. As you can see today, 263. This one, same thing. But this one I had somewhat of a strategy on, and this actually saved me. It was 10.55. I bought it at what, 10.60. 5-cent loser here. 5-cent loser compared to this 30-cent one. I mean, 30-cent. This was more of a gamble. If you really think about it, because I had no strategy. It was just let me break that last 1 minute high. Quick break of 11. I mean, that was my strategy, but I had no pattern in particular. Compared to this trade, it was a 2 candle pullback. It was like a bull flag, basically. So I figured, let me test it for the last 1 minute high break on this bull flag setup. Obviously, it just wasn't the time for it to break. It needed 2 more candles, and then it started breaking out. But I mean, it wasn't a bad trade. This one, I don't think it was an attempt. Didn't work out. Saved me money. I stopped out relatively quick. 5-cent loser. That was fine. So that wasn't a bad trade. It was just not good timing there on my end. SIDU is holding support. It just popped off of VWAP here. It was holding this area. I decided to buy a low. Sold at the high. It was a pretty good rip. I wanted 320. Didn't quite get there. It got to 319. But I'd seen resistance here at 310 level. So I was like, I'm just going to get rid of it before I regret it. Take profit while I can. 3 legs up. Should have known it was going to meet some resistance up here, or kind of consolidate at least. I got in for at least one more 1 minute high break. Got in for at least I think it was what? Where did I get in at? Oh, it was a 5 minute high break. I was primarily going for the 5 minute high break. Wasn't budging, so I figured, well, the quick drop it had, I didn't want it to break its last 1 minute low. So I stopped out before the break and before I really regretted it. If it was going to flush down a VWAP on me. So I sold at the low. Next thing you know, as soon as I sell it, rips all the way to the high real quick and then comes all the way back down. So this was just a sloppy trade in general. Like, it was an attempt. It ended up doing what I wanted it to, but I sold at the bottom. So I don't know. I don't know if this was necessarily a good trade or not. This one, again, no strategy in particular. I just had a feeling, or I had this thoughts that, you know, it held this low and then boom. I think this is also a candlestick pattern that I recognize. I don't know the name of it though. Let me check. I have it right here. I can't find it. I can't find it. That's okay. But I know this is a candlestick pattern. I don't know what it would be called. But I think that's why I took this trade, because I recognized something here and I was like, well, it held a low already on VWAP and it's green on this candle. So this next candle has to be green. And that's exactly why I took it. So otherwise, I mean, I wouldn't have normally taken this trade. I would have thought, oh, it's going to finish low and then flop on me under VWAP. But I had seen something here. I recognized something. I remember studying, and that's why I took it. So really, subconsciously, I knew something was going on here, and that's why I took it. This one, though, I was just, again, it was another time where I want the last 1 minute high, last 5 minute high to break. That was really the strategy. There was no particular pattern that I saw or anything. So we already know one pattern worked. If you go back to Redbox, this pattern could have worked, but it saved me from a big loss like this one. There's one example. Here's a second example of just gambling on these trades. And here's another example, I guess. I mean, I don't even remember what happened on this one. Oh yeah, I tried to short it. I was like, I tried to go long. Like, what happened? I tried to short it. It broke its low. I mean, this is an example in which it didn't work. Hit VWAP. You know, I shorted it right at VWAP for whatever reason. Shorted it right at VWAP, expecting it to flush through, break 50. Just popped all the way back up. I should have known as soon as it rejected that level at 56. I should have known just to sell at 56, but obviously I held a little longer. So really, I'd only be down 170 today, which wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for that last short position that I wanted to take. So unfortunately, I'm down 270 now. But yeah, I noticed here as soon as I shorted it, I was like, one big mistake. Didn't break VWAP, bounced off VWAP. Should have sold at 56 when I had seen it. Small loser, right? It did break its trend here that I had drawn out on the 1 minute. So that I was like, oh, that's cool. But again, it popped back up. So it was a false break to the downside. And now it's recovering to the long side. So, you know, that's something to be careful of. I guess confirmation for me would have been letting it break. I should have let it break VWAP, pop back above, see if it can hold VWAP, hold the lows underneath VWAP, and then flush down. That's where my actual entry should have been. Target would have been like 22 or something. So I should have let it go and confirm instead of just taking it right off the bat. That was the gamble, and I think that's the mistake with this one, that I didn't let it prove itself to hold, and instead I bought immediately once it hit VWAP, which is a big mistake. So just a quick analysis of everything that I'm doing. We have 3 losers, 1 no confirmation, 2 were just last 1 minute, 5 minute high breaks. And as you know, in almost all my, I guess, trading career, that's just not working. That's a strategy I have to give up on. Perfect 5 minute setup here, by the way, on Redbox. Wow. So that's just a strategy that's not working. Top getting halted again 2 times. I don't know. I gotta stop doing that, and that's something I realize as well. Like, that's where my biggest losers are. I'm having green streaks, everything's looking good, having, you know, chasing certain patterns, certain setups, whatever. But it's when I feel FOMO and then I get into this mindset, I think it's gonna break this last 1 minute high. I think it's mainly a gamble, and that's what I'm doing wrong here. So this one, like I said, it was an attempt. It didn't break, stopped it relatively quick. The other one as well, SIDU, same situation. Seen a pattern here. I didn't know what it was. I recognized it though, bought in long, and it did pretty good. This one, just going for the 5 minute high break, really cost me there. So I don't know. I got to be more mindful of these things. So down 263 today and 30 cents. Not in the real count. Again, this is sim. This is exactly why we're taking sim. Took larger share sizes today, so that's another reason why I was just actively trading, trying to get used to it. But let's get in tomorrow. Let's make some more smart trades. We gotta correct these issues and take care of the account, because I'm not trying to lose thousands of dollars again. I'm not trying to lose another account here, so got to be very mindful of it. Just gave back all my profit this week because of that last stupid trade. So we'll make some corrections. We'll fix it. We'll get back on it and recognize, at least try to dive deep mentally, see what we're doing wrong. But till then, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll go ahead and wrap it up here.